up? It's been a minute. Yeah, how we doing? What's up? It's your boy, Lil Mackie Rob, a.k.a. Meat Toe. Sorry. I should probably stop eating these Chex Mix, dude. They're too good. It's the cheesy ones, bro. It's the cheesy ones. These are good. These are good as fuck. Healthy. How we doing, man? We doing good? I'm glad y'all doing good. I'm doing alright. Been gone for a little bit. Your boy got fucked up with the bronchitis, so been kind of recovering still. I'm still low-key pretty sick. I have a pretty bad cough and shit, so. By the way, fuck yo. God, what the hell, man? Why'd you make bronchitis? That shit sucks, man. That shit hurts. It hurts a lot, actually. I thought I was dying, bro. My lungs felt like they were on fire. It was... I don't know why God added this shit to the server. It's fucking bullshit, but... Yeah, man. But we back anyways. Yeah, if you don't know who I am, like I just said, my name's Lil Mackie Rob. I make reaction content. I react to shit. I talk shit. I am shit. And that's just kind of what we do. And today's going to be no different, because today we're going to be reacting to the satisfying and yet very kind of like well-known for downfall of Adam22, who is the host and owner of one of the most previous very well-known podcast channels in hip-hop, No Jumper. Yeah, I used to be a No Jumper fan for a fat minute, like back when like AD and like House Phone and T-Rel and like all them niggas was like really heavy into No Jumper, like probably like 2017 type shit, until they split up, bro. Let me tell you, when AD and all of them were on No Jumper, that is honestly peak No Jumper. Peak No Jumper was when AD was on there, bro. I'm not gonna lie, AD is that nigga. So yeah, it was kind of wild that how the shit all unfolded, and yeah. So I see the boy Jamari here. He's made a video called "The End of Adam22 and No Jumper," and I wanted to check it out. I was gonna watch it while I enjoy these Chex Mix anyways. So you know how it goes. If I'm gonna watch it anyways and talk shit, I'm gonna watch it with y'all, and we gonna talk shit together. So yeah, as always, leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. I'm gonna put the original video here in the description below, so make sure y'all come back to the description, or click the description, click the video, come back to Jamari. And if most of you guys have probably heard of him, but if you haven't, make sure you show him some love, give his video a like, subscribe to him, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, without further ado, let's go. The End of Adam22 and No Jumper by Jamari, the boy.
So one of the hottest topics on my channel used to be the downfall of Adam22 and the dismantling of his brand No Jumper. Basically, No Jumper completely imploded back in 2023, not only losing some of their most popular
AD, that's the boy, bro. I don't know if y'all, bro, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna lie, that nigga's a pretty good rapper. I'm not gonna cap. He's actually pretty fucking fire. I really like his shit. Yo, if he's probably never gonna see this, there's one song from AD I cannot fucking find anywhere on the internet, and I liked it so much. I'm pretty sure he just deleted it off his YouTube. And since he's not a big enough like artist for people to really like go after and like, or like look for and like go after and like try to like record his fucking his music and shit for in case he like deletes it, I'm pretty sure he just deleted it and like that was it, which kind of fucking blows, because I'm not gonna lie, Blue Mozzarella is the name of the song. That song was fire. AD, if you ever for whatever reason somehow find this video, either send me the song personally or put it back on YouTube. That shit was gas. It was called Blue Mozzarella and it was a fire song. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, AD's that nigga, bro. He's so fucking funny, bro. And he has a podcast now too called Community, like CUH and then Unity. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. It's a pretty decent podcast. But this nigga, bro, he looks like a fucking skinhead, bro. Like I think if you didn't know this was Adam22 and he ran a hip hop page or a hip hop podcast, you would look at this picture of Adam and think he was like a part of like the Brotherhood or some shit. Like he just looks like a fucking skinhead, dude. But goddamn, bro. AD, bro, release Blue Mozzarella. That's all I gotta say.
Talents, but also creating this never-ending beef between Adam and the at the time recently departed.
Paid for the funeral as soon as it happened, just because.
Now after this, Adam would look at his brands in a completely different light.
I didn't set down any boundaries in the beginning. It was just like, here's a table, here's these cameras, here's these 4 million subscribers, do whatever the you guys want.
And while people enjoyed the content farm that No Jumper had become, he had held the claim that he was actually losing money on these new shows that he had created, and obviously the talent that he had hired. After this, Adam seemed extra anxious to cash out and completely changed the way that he was operating, hiring some new talent while retaining some other guys, and really just trying to keep No Jumper's head above water. And I feel like the real desperation would not start until his wife Lena announced that she would be appearing in an adult video with corn star Jason Love. Keep in mind, this came right on.
Fucking superb video, by the way. I'm just playing. Absolute cinema. No, bro, I'll never forget when that video was coming out. He was like all over Twitter going crazy, like with the whole cuck thing, bro. Like he was really doubling down on it. Like, am I the internet's most famous cuck? Like he was on some shit when that video came out, dude. I swear to God, I like you would sit here and think that this nigga recorded the whole video and everything on like himself. It was what a time. I will be honest, as a curious nigga myself, I may or may not have watched the video. Listen, it's just one of them things you gotta watch, like the whole Ray J Kim K one. Everybody watched it, all right? Hey, fuck you. I ain't scared to say it. I watched this shit. It wasn't good. I'll just be honest, bro. It wasn't good, bro. I've seen better. Definitely seen better.
On the heels of her and Adam getting married. And of course, we all know how that thing ended. And with Adam completely leaning into this arc of his career, even calling himself the king of all cucks, aka the guys with the special little chairs in the corner of the room, I actually predicted that this situation would cause permanent damage to his online reputation.
Do you think that you her better than Adam did?
Well, obviously, yes.
Which, looking back, is exactly what happened.
Bro, that's fucking... That's crazy. Do you think you fucked her better than Adam did? Absolutely. You said, bro. I got no words.
It's like Adam entered a never-ending inferno of getting roasted online. So of course he would double down on the humiliation and the attention by hosting a web show giving away his wife to the man of his choice.
Now we're gonna get you out of the situation.
Right, but the whole idea is that we're gonna do it together.
Just went there and just pulled my pants down and showed my French baguette to Lena and Adam.
But I had to bring, I don't think he wanted.
Now this pretty much ended the same way.
Keep in mind, bro, this shit's nasty. Keep in mind, these two are parents. These two have a daughter. All the shit that bro, like that poor little girl's gonna grow up and know that her parents were some fucking deviants, bro. Because all the kids are definitely gonna bring it up to her, dude. Bro, you thought the boys were bad? Oh my fuck! Can you imagine when the girls find out who that little girl parents are? When she gets older, when she gets like high school years, bro. Bro, it's about to be bad, bro. It's about to be bad, bro. Yeah, just remember, keep in mind, these two are parents. They have a daughter together, and they're having motherfuckers pull up to their crib or whatever, to their office. And niggas is literally dropping their fucking pants to show them their dick. And they're like, yeah, you know what? I think you could. This pathetic motherfucker's like, you know what? You could fuck my wife with that dick. Like, this is his life. This is insane. This is actual fucking insanity.
Situation.
Right, but the whole idea is that we're gonna do it together.
Just went there and just
we're gonna fuck her together. That's the whole idea.
French baguette to Lena and Adam.
But I had to bring, I don't think he wanted.
Look at him, bro. He's impressed. He's actually impressed that he's impressed that dude's dick is gonna potentially fuck his wife. This is fucking insanity, bro. My lord, you know, I don't know. I always feel like money ain't worth it all the time.
Now this pretty much ended the same way, only this time Adam would actually cross swords with dude. Now since then Adam had not really been worth talking about. Honestly, his antics just got stale after he showed up on stream wearing a G-string.
I'm gonna put on this thong and I'm gonna go into the news and I'm gonna say hi to everybody.
And then he was quote-unquote acting like he was shooting a gay scene with none other than Jack Doherty's brother. Something he would later reveal was apparently an April Fool's prank.
To troll the world into believing that I am a homosexual.
But honestly, at that point, I don't think anyone really cared enough to be tricked. And now apparently Adam has been struggling financially, or at least no jumper. Recently, they were actually sued by 2 former employees at his company who alleged some sort of discriminatory termination. And then Adam even promoted an alleged crypto rug pull called Coin. And keep in mind, this is something that he was dead against in the past, yet he was completely unapologetic when CoffeeZilla questioned what the hell he was doing.
I reached out. I said, hey, you shouldn't run a coin. It's lame, and you're gonna scam or get scammed. Then Adam22 says, how else am I gonna afford all this Galaxy gas?
And that really made me wonder, like, why would Adam feel the need to scam his own fans for at most a couple $100,000? And now we might finally have the answer to that, as around a month later, several of his podcast hosts and friends have been detained in a large-scale gang sweep, and even Adam himself had some sort of contact with the feds as well.
I made it 41 years into this life before I had involvement, conversation with federal agents.
And now Adam made
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Ain't there always something weird with these, like, white hosts? Like, I don't mean to be that guy, but, like, it always seems like these... I can't even say white hosts, because you know what? Academics is another one, and he's not white, but there's just something odd with some of these hip-hop panels with their hosts. I always feel like a lot of them are low-key, like, federal informants, bro. Like, I swear to God, bro, from, like, this happening, right, where, like, a couple of his co-hosts and shit that were involved in the streets, and, you know, that's not, like, me, like, spreading shit. Like, they would come on his podcast and talk about street shit, street business, right? He had a couple of them get arrested, and then he talked about, I made it 41 years of this life before I got approached by federal informants, or by the federal police, whatever. And now a lot of his, like, gang affiliated co-hosts are now arrested. And it feels like heavy take. It feels like some of these fucking hip hop podcast fucking panels. Some of these hosts are like definitely informants, bro. This Adam rubs me the especially the questions he asks, bro. Like, if you ever watch a No Jumper podcast whenever they're interviewing like a rapper or some shit that's like heavily involved in like street shit or whatever, or the music is like drill or whatever, he will ask them like some of the most insane, like, probing questions that you can ask. Like, it's like something a cop would fucking ask you. He'd be like, oh yeah, so I heard about you know, you had that beef with such and such and something happened. What happened? And some of these guys are stupid as fuck, and they'll just start going at it and start like explaining the whole thing and like breaking down like what actually happened, and Adam's just sitting there like, oh wait, so you didn't shoot bro? So who shot bro? It's so weird. Like, Adam is low-key a cop, bro. Same thing with DJ Vlad. I don't like that nigga. That nigga is also a cop for sure. Like, if you watch any of his interviews with any rapper, he asks the most cop questions you could think of. Academics brags about putting people in jail or wanting to put people in jail. Like, bro, it's, I don't know. These hip hop podcasts are, I think they're ran by police most of the time, and if they're not ran by the police, they're definitely watched by the police, and these motherfuckers know it. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Adam's a cop, low key.
This video claiming that No Jumper has gone completely broke, but some actually believe this is to avoid paying possible legal fees, or at the very least that he is lying with an agenda. Alright guys, so here we are in the actual video where Adam claims that No Jumper is going broke. Apparently they're having some sort of logistical issues, and some other unexpected expenses have come up that are basically killing his business.
So there's something that I've been hiding from you guys. No Jumper is going broke. I know that might sound crazy,
Between both of our YouTube channels last month, we got over 25 million views. We're doing well on Facebook and Snapchat. We employ quite a few of the hottest content creators on the West Coast, and we pump out an insane amount of content on a weekly basis.
Yeah, 25 million views is really nothing to scoff at, especially when most of them are like really long form views. I mean, I gotta estimate that off AdSense alone, they're clearing at least 6 figures, but you guys have to remember that No Jumper has like a massive operation. I think they had purchased like a $5 million building back in 2022 or 2023. And at the time, I praised them for doing this. I always think it's cool when people can make like a media conglomerate like that. I thought he was going to be like his own little version of Barstool, but I think Adam witnessed firsthand how quickly you can just start burning through money simply because you own this insane building. And when you're just doing a podcast, like, do you really need all of that? Like, I get that it looks cool. I get that you want it to be like maybe the next Barstool, but that business model, especially in this economy, is just really rough.
How could we be going?
Well, I feel like this dumbass, like, because I feel like No Jumper definitely blew up too, like around the pandemic. So like a lot of people are like stuck inside, you know, and like, you know, like a lot of like the gaming stuff and the internet stuff, like people like experienced heavy growth during the pandemic. And I feel like people didn't take into account that like that was really only during like 2020 to 2020 like 2 when people were like mainly inside. 2022 and beyond, people were going back to work, people were going back outside, the stores are opening back up. Like, people are not going to be just, you know, sitting around watching podcasts or YouTube videos all day. And so I feel like, you know, people just like, they saw the heavy money come in and the heavy views come in and were like, this is it, this is going to last forever, and didn't take into account that it's only because people are stuck inside that your views are going up, but they will fall very quickly. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of what happened here with No Jumper. Yeah, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened, because Adam 22 is a fucking dumbass. So I'm sure he saw all the money and was like, yeah, we're gonna fucking, yeah, cause yeah, he bought that whole brand new building. I'm pretty sure he bought a couple like new whips and shit. Like, he started hiring a bunch of people that were all getting paid on a salary, and like, he was like running like a whole company, and I don't know.
I'm broke. Well, let's start here. We expanded too much during COVID at just about the exact moment that our revenue streams all took a hit. We hired a whole bunch of editors and other employees, and we bought a huge office building that cost us almost $4 million, thinking
That's
that the
crazy,
growth that we were
bro.
experiencing during the pandemic was going to continue.
And this is a problem that a lot of businesses made during the pandemic. They thought that because people were at home and people were feeling good spending their stimmy money, you know, back before inflation, that, oh, these sales are going to last forever. And now that the economy has essentially flipped on its head, well, a lot of these businesses just cease to exist.
Our YouTube numbers, which had doubled or even tripled, gradually returned to normal. Our Snapchat and Facebook numbers, which had exploded during COVID, sometimes even hitting 6 figures a month, shrank by about 80% or more. Our Patreon, which was...
bro.
Yeah, I mean, at that time, I was getting contacted by a couple of reps from Snapchat that wanted to take what I was doing on YouTube and basically make a series, you know, for the Snapchat stories or whatever. And they were telling me, like, oh, we can offer you double your YouTube revenue. Apparently the numbers were insane, almost like when Twitter first announced their Twitter Blue program. They were paying out a lot of money, but over time the model is just not sustainable once you keep letting more and more people in.
Was absolutely killing it for a year or two when we were doing uncensored, aka nude interviews with up-and-coming superstars like Kazumi and Sky Bree. Fell off quite a bit with the launch of Plug Talk and a decreased interest in seeing us interview stars.
I mean, let's be honest for us.
Yeah, hold on. Like, who the fuck wants to watch you interview porn stars? Unless they're like, unless your audience is like 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old boys. Like, bro, I'm sorry, nobody gives a fuck what the fuck a porn star thinks. That's just the reality. So I don't know why you thought making an entire podcast around not only her being nude the entire episode, but then also just the fact that you think anybody's interested in what a fucking corn star has to say is beyond me. It's beyond me, bro. I don't know why you want to just continue doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on your hip hop shit. Everybody wants to talk about hip hop. It's one of the most popular fucking music genres. I'm pretty sure if not still the most popular music genre in the world today. And instead of just doubling down on your hip hop shit, you decided to branch out into fucking corn, bro. Sex addicts, man. You can't get enough.
Second, guys, no one is watching Korn so that they can know about the girl's personality. No one's saying, oh, I wonder where she wants to get taken for a date. I wonder how she got into this industry. Was there trauma involved? Of course. And the other thing to me is there really that many people out there that want to see Adam getting busy on camera? Like, I get that his girl is like the focal point of the Korn business that they do, but at some point aren't these people going to be like, yo, we're sick of Adam. We don't want to see him on that orange couch no more. As a matter of fact, if you've ever paid for one of his films, I'm looking at you completely sideways.
You might recall that the channel took quite a hit when approximately 8 of our hosts left the platform in March of 2023. Although we've definitely largely recovered and managed to build up a very...
Bro, I feel bad for House Phone. That was the dude that was throwing the drinks at Adam in that last clip. I feel bad for House Phone because he did that motherfucker dirty, bro. I'm pretty like this. He went on a whole podcast and that dude House Phone, he ended up sleeping with a transgender woman on the low key, and he didn't want people to know about it, so he kind of like, kept it hush hush. I don't think he even told too many people in a circle. I think the one person he did tell was Adam, because he thought him and Adam were like actual friends. And then Adam turns around and fucking gets the transgender woman that House Phone slept with, puts her on a podcast, gives her a whole podcast episode. And basically the whole time he in the episode he's like playing this whole like, oh, like, make sure you don't say, whose name or whatever, but you could talk about the shit that happened or whatever. And she kept fucking throwing hints and it wasn't even hints at like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure at like to the middle of the episode everybody knew they were talking about House Phone. And then at the end of the episode, I guess one of the editors forgot to bleep out a part where she said House Phone's name, like in the show, in the episode. And somehow that fuck up completely not only skipped the editing team, but also skipped Adam. I don't know if Adam just doesn't watch his videos before they get uploaded, which considering how he runs his business, I'm not surprised. He probably had no idea, but still. And they let the video fly. And then yeah, all of No Jumper's like 3 million, 4 million fans fucking knew that House Phone slept with a transgender woman, and people were clowning him. It's just something that he wasn't comfortable with having the world know yet, and so he felt betrayed, and that's kind of where that whole clip came from, because he was super pressed at Adam for kind of just like snaking him out like that, outing him like that, So I always felt bad for House Phone after that, because dude, I can only imagine the bullshit he went through, bro. Like, and especially you think you got a homie right there that you could just tell, like, yeah, bro, I did this, it was whatever. You just want to tell your homie because you trust him, just for him to turn around and fucking expose probably your biggest secret that you've had to like 3 million people is crazy. I feel so bad for House Phone. He's a cool ass dude too. I like him. But damn, bro, I felt so bad for him after that. That really, for me, call me petty, when that situation happened and I watched it, that was like my point where I was like, you know what, dude, this shit's messy, bro. Like it's too messy even for me. Like I can't watch this shit, bro, out of principle. That's crazy. You just gonna do that to your fucking friend like that. Oh, dude, that was a crazy episode.
Healthy roster of talent since then. That certainly took a toll on our business for a while as well.
Yeah, I mean, they did recover pretty nicely from all that backlash.
But we were still solidly profitable. That is, until the last few months, where we experienced 2 major L's that we never could have seen coming. First, we lost the No Jumper Instagram. After almost 10 years of building it up and essentially no strikes on our account, we got taken down one day, and we still have absolutely no idea why. We were bringing in a very solid amount of cash monthly that was keeping us afloat via selling sponsored posts on the account.
I do always wonder if those type of Instagram promotions actually lead to real growth for an artist. I honestly feel like you'd be better off trying to do something a little bit unique and trying to get your music trending that way through some sort of like sick little reel, sick little short video.
In addition to that, we have been hit with a bullshit lawsuit from a former employee. Now, essentially everything in this lawsuit is completely fictional, and every lawyer that I've spoken to about it has described this as basically an extortion attempt, but it still cost us a ton of money already, and it's expected to cost us many hundreds of thousands of dollars to see this through to completion.
God damn. I mean, yeah, I've heard that those legal fees will drain you quick. I mean, I would think if they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on this, it must be somewhat serious. And yeah, this is apparently the court case right here. And so yeah, apparently this Riley Garcia and this Yuri guy, who I think
I was about to say, yo, that's Yuri's girlfriend. So Yuri's suing Adam? Dude, that's crazy. Oh my, I forgot about Yuri too. This nigga's changed. This nigga's wild, bro. He used to be so quiet on No Jumper. He used to be like the little nerdy guy. Now he turned into like a fucking dickhead. Like, I heard he's pretty abusive to his girlfriend. This shit's crazy. Oh, it is both of them, Riley and Yuri. Oh my god, so Yuri's suing Adam. Yo, that's crazy.
Are suing No Jumper, Adam, something here. And so yeah, apparently this Riley Garcia and this Yuri guy, who I think I remember, are suing No Jumper, Adam, somebody named Josh, and somebody named Nicholas. So yeah, they're basically saying that No Jumper and Adam right here are responsible for some sort of acts of discrimination, harassment, and retaliation. I mean, honestly, for all the shoddy things that were going on in No Jumper, like even before all these individuals were employed, I feel like this shit could turn to a damn class action lawsuit. Like on some Surviving No Jumper shit.
No money.
Allegedly. Either way, I think this is the guy Yuri. They probably don't want to show his face for legal reasons, but
it's insane to me that a person that we did so much for can just invent some grievances out of thin air and cost us this much money as a result. But somehow that's our reality, and we have to fight this rather than just give in to this piece of shit.
I mean, yeah, because if you give in to one person, it kind of sets the precedent. Like, oh, everyone come.
West Palm Beach, Florida. I hate these numbers. I don't know nobody in Palm Beach.
Come sue me now. I'm just going to be handing out settlements.
So as a result of all these circumstances, we are making some changes. Over the last few months, we laid off multiple employees in an attempt to reduce our expenses as much as possible. We closed down our store on Melrose, and we're in the early stages of selling our current warehouse and moving into a smaller space. To be honest, aside from the layoffs, which sucked, I'm pretty happy about a lot of these changes. I've realized that I should have paid more attention to DJ Vlad and kept my overhead as low as possible, particularly in terms of staff and location.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that massive building that I guess he bought turned into an insane fucking headache. And I would say the only saving grace here is that really only No Jumper could go bankrupt. Like, it's hard for me to see them coming after his personal assets if he has everything set up correctly.
Confident that once we get the building sold, we'll be in a pretty solid financial position again as a business. I've got another business in the form of Plug Talk, and I've got a pretty decent investment portfolio on a personal level. It was a big decision to share this stuff with you guys, but at a certain point I realized that I've been honest with the world about just about everything in my life over the years, and it felt wrong to keep all this stuff that we've been dealing with in secret.
Adam, come on, bro. Be honest about the rug pull then.
I know what you're thinking. What can you do to help? Well,
I wasn't thinking
I do have some ideas, which I'll sort into 3 categories here: free, cheap, and generous.
Oh, here we go. Adam's about to ask the audience for some money to pay those legal fees.
We are really trying to get serious about embracing our members here on YouTube.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about memberships on YouTube? Have you joined anyone's channel? I'm always getting emails encouraging me to do that type of thing, but I don't know, it's just hard for me to see someone in my audience spending like the same price as Netflix or something like that, just so they can watch an extra piece or like an uncensored version of my content.
$5 a month.
I'll be honest, I've never bought a membership on YouTube at all. I have YouTube Premium, and that's literally the most I'll spend on YouTube. I will never join anybody's membership. And it's not to shit on anybody who does it, because I get people do it all the time or whatever. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird, you know? I mean, you get paid for ads, you know, you do sponsorships. You'll be fine. I don't need to join your channel. Plus, but what's the benefit? Yeah, well, like, what do you get? I understand, like, what do you get from joining somebody's channel as a membership? Like, what do you get? You get, like, an extra video or something? Like, I don't know. That shit's always been weird to me.
Month, we've got a ton of awesome benefits, including being able to watch all of our interviews free of censorship and bleeped words before they're released to the public. Members only chat for all of our live stream content.
I mean, yeah, I guess if
Oh,
you're
there
like
is
a
that,
huge
yeah.
time fan and you really want to be in like the members only chat, that's the only reason I can see doing something like this. And I'll also say, like, if you're getting endless entertainment value from somebody and it's pretty much all free, yes, I can see you throwing them like $5 a month.
And for those of you who have more money to spend, we're introducing a mega premium $100 tier to our memberships that will get your name added to the
$100 a month? $1,200 a year? That's like 1 month of rent for a lot of people. But hey, you get those producer credits.
And it will also
That's
get
what
you
I say. People
consistent
pay for
advice
it.
and opinions on your
Oh
music
my
submissions
God.
with one free submission per month and discounted additional songs.
You get one free music submission a month for paying $100 a month. That's crazy, bro. It discounts on additional songs. All right, bro. What advice are you gonna? You're failing as a business. You think I'm gonna take fucking? You think I'm gonna pay you $100 a month so you could fucking give me advice on music? I'm just saying, bro. I'm gonna be honest. If you're looking at Adam 22 for any advice on music, stop making music. You're not gonna get the advice that you need. What the fuck? $100 a month so you could tell me my music's ass, and that I should, I don't know, try something else. Like, that's fucking stupid. And discount on additional songs, like, are they? This is shit. Like, is No Jumper a fucking music label? I didn't know they had artists. Does No Jumper have artists? Are they releasing music? I haven't heard anybody pop off the No Jumper name train, if that's the case. And I don't know, $100 a month is crazy.
Honestly, if you are a young up-and-coming artist and you have $100 to spend on your career, this is not where I would put it. I remember back in the day, No Jumper would always do these, like, listening to your music live streams where maybe, like, 10, 15,000 people were tuned in and they were just playing different people's music who would send them $100.
I like it. I want to.
It's not bad.
I want to hang out with him and be depressed.
And I really want to know
pretty
if
funny.
one single person or one single song actually blew up from doing that. Because when you're a broke artist, $100 isn't just like chump change. I just think you're still much better off trying to do like a Facebook or Instagram, maybe
Literally
even a
anything on
TikTok
your own.
campaign. And you can at least be a lot more precise with what type of demographic you're going for.
There's my update. I've been kind of thinking about telling you guys about all this stuff for a while. I'm not begging for sympathy or anything like that. I'm just being realistic about owning a media business.
And honestly, guys, for once, I don't really see this as something to really clown at him about. This is something that a lot of businesses all over the country are experiencing right now. And I do think it's really easy to expand when you feel like you have a really good thing going. You feel like the community loves it. Like, there was this barbecue trailer nearby, and they were like a hit classic in South Austin. They go and try and move into a huge brick and mortar, and it just completely fucks everything up. The service was bad. They were always running out of food, stealing tips from the wait staff. It just ended up being
Damn.
this huge shit show. And within like 4 months, this previously really popular food trailer that was making a ton of money went completely bankrupt. Even back a couple of years ago, I thought about making like essentially a smaller version of what his office was, where people could come in if they want and rent the space out and do podcasts, but I thought mainly I would use the space as an office. But then as I started renting out spaces and talking to the people that, you know, own these type of media places, I realized that it was essentially a money pit. Like, I remember I paid like $400 to shoot at this place for 2 hours, a podcast with my buddy Danny. And I remember in the main office, this guy had a little TV that had his like whole booking schedule up. And that shit was free as a fucking bird. No one was booking that spot, and it was actually pretty nice. And yeah, I just think in this type of economy, it's really hard to run this type of business model. Honestly, it's been a really long time since I've watched any No Jumper content. But hey, someone's still watching, apparently 25 million views a month, so I think that they're gonna be alright. Y'all let me know down below if you think this is really about something else, if you think that Adam is trying to hide this money away. But as always, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other stories of people going broke
Tan
out here need to
Superman.
be covered. So I'm out. Peace.
I don't think he's trying to hide any money. I just think he fucked up, like as everybody else does. Which is, I mean, I know he said like, oh, it's not good to roast people when they do shit like this because, you know, he's falling for the same thing that everybody else did. But that's where I'm gonna roast you. because as a businessman, like again, I don't own a business, so you know, I guess I can't talk too much on it. But I'm just saying, for me, I usually learn a lot of my things from watching how other people do it, and I try to, you try to imitate what works most of the time, right? So for me, yeah, I would be like, all right, I got this great, fantastic growth that just happened. We're in 2022. Let me watch and see what other people in my sphere, in my type of entertainment sphere do hip hop, right? Let me look at DJ Vlad. Let me look at not No Jumper, because he is No Jumper. I'll be like, yeah. Let me look at DJ Vlad. Let me look at Funk Flex. Let me look at the Breakfast Club. Like, let me look at like any of these other hip hop platforms. Let me see what they do. Let me see what they try. And if nobody tried it, if nobody was like, yeah, we're moving, fucking, we're gonna buy a bigger office, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, whatever, I would take that as a sign, like, all right, they see something that I don't, even though I think I should expand it to an office. If these bigger platforms aren't doing it, and I would think they have much more resources to be able to do something like that, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to imitate. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's definitely a dumbass. He's definitely a dumbass, bro, for doing this shit. Man, that's crazy, bro. I still can't believe Yuri and Riley are suing his ass. And I wonder for what. I actually want to look it up. I want to look it up real quick. What? Okay. Well, I mean, they did say it was for discrimination and like retaliation and shit like that. What is No Jumper getting sued for? No Jumper, a hip hop podcast hosted by Adam22, is facing lawsuit from a former employee, Yuri, who alleges workplace misconduct, wrongful termination, and defamation, with Adam22 claiming the lawsuit is an extortion attempt. A former No Jumper employee, Yuri, files a lawsuit. Yuri alleges workplace misconduct. Adam22 claims the lawsuit is completely fictional and is extortion. Adam22 has also announced that No Jumper is broke and is facing layoffs, closing the No Jumper store, selling the warehouse, and moving to a smaller workspace. In addition to the misconduct, the two alleged wrongful termination, and Garcia also accused No Jumper of sexual harassment. Oh, man, I'm not surprised, bro. Say this man had a podcast where he had fucking corn stars pull up with their fucking titties out. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm sure there was some fucking weird fucking harassment going on. Oh, man. But yeah, man, it's been me, Lil Mackie Ralph. If you like that kind of content, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And always make sure to check the description below for the original video. Come back over here and show Jamari some love. And I will see y'all later, man. Peace out. Are my glasses crooked? They're a little crooked.